What's up? What's up?
Hey, so I was like driving for Lyft, right? This one time, and I picked up these like three white girls, right, from Santa Monica, and I mean, Caucasian. I'm guessing they're Caucasian or whatnot, but so they came in, and then, they're all laughing, they're all nice and everything, and they see me, thinking. I guess they're trying to figure out like what I am, because I could be like I look Asian, I could be Hispanic, and I had my 5 o'clock shadow, didn't shave my face, and then one girl commented, "Oh my gosh, Brittany, you know what my favorite movie is? Crazy Rich Asians. I love that movie." Is that racist or what? Or is that like? Should I take that as a compliment, or should I take that as like?
It's like subliminal racist.
Subliminal racist. But they said they liked the movie. They didn't say, "Oh my gosh, that movie has too many chinks."
Yeah, but why mention it when they see you though?
It's like me meeting a dude who's Mexican, right? And then we just started talking. I go, "Hey, so what's your ethnicity, bro?" "Oh, I'm Filipino. What about you?" "Oh, I'm Mexican." I'm like, "Damn, bro, yeah. I love your burritos."
Yeah, like oh, you're Mexican? Oh man, my favorite song is George Lopez show. I just love George Lopez.
Oh my gosh, I just like you could just name any comedian. You have to name George Lopez. It's like me going, "You at like, hey, what's your name, bro?" "Oh, my name is Anthony." "Oh, my name is Romeo. What's up, bro?" It's like, I'm good. "Hey, bro, Dave Chappelle, the best comedian in the world."
Fucking hilarious.
Fucking hilarious. It's not the fact that he's black. He's just funny.
Like, "Oh, you from California? Oh, my favorite movie is Friday."
So what, bro? Is that racism or what is it, man? Because
it's like racism on the low. It's like sneaker racism.
It's like sneaker racism. And I was waiting for them to like ask me that question because they were kind of looking at me, but they weren't like mean or anything. They weren't being disrespectful, but they were looking at me like, "So what are you?" I was waiting for them to like ask me that, but unfortunately they didn't because if they did, like, do you like Crazy Rich Asians too? Like, yeah, I like the movie. It's a good story. It's like you can relate to a lot, right? Like, not really, because first off, I ain't rich. What's up?
No, I said the only thing worse is if they were like, "So are you excited for Shang-Chi to come out?"
Yeah, right. If they know anything about it. Yeah, I'm so excited for Shang-Chi because they represent all Asians. Even though he's Chinese, represents all Asians, and I can look up to him because he looks just like me. Oh yeah, motherfucker!
But he speaks a different language.
but now I can play him because he looks like me.
Hey, welcome to the Solo Ant Show. I am your host, Inspectah Ant, and I'm with Romeo, my partner in crime, Romeo. How you doing on this beautiful Wilshire Boulevard day?
It's a beautiful night in our neighborhood. Let's get ready to get triggered. Inspectah Ant, what up?
What's up, man? So today's episode is we're gonna be hating on bitches. Goofy
okay. Bitches. Goofy bitches. So we got separation. We got classy women, ladies, and then we got bitches. Right?
I mean, honestly, even the classy ladies are still goofy.
Can be.
No, they are. It's just part of being a woman. Just women in general are just goofy. They do goofy shit. That's annoying. But we're not gonna get into the goofiness of women. We're gonna talk about something that's
goofier.
Yeah, but shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about the.
I already know. You know what? I know why you're losing your train of thought. Because you're trying to get all your thoughts collected, and you're trying to word this the way you've been planning to word this since 3 days ago or 2 days ago. I know. We're about to get some people triggered right now. What's the topic, Inspectah Ant?
All right, so the topic of today's show is the hashtag metoo movement. But we're not necessarily going to discuss Me Too. We're going to discuss how. Well, actually, no, fuck that. We are going to discuss Me Too.
We are going to discuss it. No, it's going to come down to it. It's going to come down to it.
But the overall message of this episode is how is Me Too ruining dating life, and how is dating affecting? How's Me Too affecting, like, dating? And honestly, it actually took me back to this old Biggie Smalls song, because he predicted it 25 years ago. And if we all live by his philosophy, you won't be dealing with this. Because he said that when I'm fucking off, I'm invincible. I don't love these hoes. That's my principle. Because bitches come, and bitches go. So I just get my nut and walk out the fucking door. If we just have that mentality, there'll be no Me Too.
Amen.
Yeah, we should listen to Biggie.
Oh, preach it, brother. Preach it.
and that's the way that women have forced men to be. Just bitches come, bitches go. We're just gonna bust the nut and walk out the fucking door. And the reason for it, the reason we're doing this episode is because recently, after this whole Me Too thing came out, there's a lot of women complaining that they're having a hard time finding men because men don't want to deal with their bullshit. More men nowadays, after the whole Me Too thing, rather be single and just stay home by ourselves, jack off, and not have to worry about nothing. And you know why we rather jack off and not have to worry about women?
Because you watch porn.
Well, not that, but like when you jack off, like you don't have to worry about sexual harassment.
Mm-hmm.
So, Romeo, I'm gonna kick it off to you. Why do you think women are having a hard time finding men? Do you think that it's, well, I think you already know, but like, I think the why I should reward it is, why do you think women are having a hard time finding men after hashtag Me Too? Why are more and more men choosing to be single, in your opinion?
Because women are we talking about in the workplace, or are we talking about in the general public area?
I'm just talking about in general, like
in general.
Women.
Okay,
they're having a hard time finding a man, and they're saying that more and more men rather just be single than having to deal with being in a relationship with a woman.
Well, let me start off by putting a man and a woman in a working area, in a corporate world. Okay, so now men are being because of this Me Too movement, it's driving men away from wanting to be around women in a working area, because they become a liability. Women are becoming a liability. Women are wondering why they're not getting like a raise, they're not getting like positions and stuff, because nowadays, especially for like hardworking men out there, who've been in the company for 5, 6, 10 years, and they've worked their ass off just to get that promotion, just to get that title, and just move up in the corporate world. They hire this, I don't know, maybe a beautiful looking woman, and it, like I said, it becomes a liability. It becomes like a threat, not a threat based on academics, a threat on skill, because it becomes a threat on their job. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
and it sucks, because like you've already established and put in the hours of your life for the company, just to lose it within one day because of some goofy bitch who's gonna take it away from you. Again, not based on skill, because I'm all about equality and stuff like that. But I mean, at the same time, it's like they're becoming a threat because of all these like sexual harassment allegations, and that's what I hate. And what is sexual harassment? Like, what is the bottom line with sexual harassment, and what is true sexual harassment? Sometimes sexual harassment just becomes like more than it's supposed to be.
By the letter of the law, though, by the letter of the law, sexual harassment to me is like so vague, because technically, you looking at a girl's titties is sexual harassment.
Yeah,
that's permission. So, like, okay, here's an article I found. So, this guy was talking about that. He's dating this girl. They just got done having sex, and then after they finished having sex, he was trying to cuddle with her. Naked, they're laying in the bed naked, they're cuddling and shit, and he grabs her titty, and she smacks his hand away and tells him, "You can't touch my boob, right? This is my boob, this belongs to you. You can't touch my boob without my consent." And he said he was just laying there confused, like, okay, he apologized, and that girl got mad. Now see, this article pissed me off because if I was him, all right, if I can't grab your titty without your consent, then bitch, you can't lay in my bed without my consent. So you just get up, put your clothes back on, and get the fuck out. Like, why you wasting my time? Because I mean, first of all, why would you cuddle with the girl naked and not grab her titty? Like, what's the point? What's the point of being naked then? That's like a girl.
It was hot. Yeah, there was no air conditioner.
That's like if you're cuddling. That's like if you're cuddling with the girl naked and she grabs you and she starts like rubbing your dick and your balls. You'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, don't touch me without my consent."
Hey, look, we're gonna go to my apartment, but look, we gotta take off all our clothes because there's no air conditioner. Yeah, sure, but you can't touch my titty though.
Yeah,
you gotta sleep in the same bed because I got no couch. Either sleep on the floor or sleep in the bed. Okay,
but here's the thing though. She says they fucked, but after they fucked, they were cuddling naked, and he grabbed her titty, and so she got mad. So it's like, okay, we can fuck. After we get done fucking, we can cuddle, we can lay in bed naked, but you can't touch me. What kind of shit is that?
Hey, bro, look, whenever you go on a date with anybody, a coworker or anybody, somebody you meet at Starbucks, somebody you meet at the mall, somebody you meet like anywhere, right? CVS, whatever. You guys hook up, you guys talk, you guys like build this chemistry with each other, get to know each other, go on your first date. And then she goes, "Hey, let's go to your house. Let's go to your apartment real quick." And before you go to your apartment, you tell him, "Look, before you give me a blowjob, can you sign this consent form for?"
Like you said, okay, no, I was like, after it was like, you gotta send a form like, okay, after we have sex,
here's a form.
So it was like, okay, if we're laying in bed naked, right, and cuddling, I just want to let you know up front, I like to grab titties when we're naked. So I just want to know, is it okay if I grab your tit? And then she'd be like, oh. So I'm like, okay, is the right tit okay, or can I only grab the left, or?
They get like the top, or can I get a handful?
Do you mind if I rub your nipples, or what?
Bro, you said grab a tit. You didn't say anything about a nipple. All right, that's sexual harassment.
The nipple's part of the tit.
Yeah, right. He said the side. He said the side of the tit. Okay.
But hold on. So if we're cuddling naked, right? Let's say we're spooning naked. Let's say since we're spooning naked, I get hard. Do you mind if I just slide it in just a little bit? Maybe just to tip the dick. But just slide the tip the dick. Is that okay with you? Look, I have my permission. I can feel it. Like you're getting wet. So I mean. We might as well.
Let's sign the consent form.
Okay.
We'll make some negotiations after that. I want everything on paper. before we touch each other, let's have everything on paper. It's like have you ever worked in a company? Because this happened to me. I was working in this mortgage company, and I was new. I was a rookie. I was 20, 23, 24 years old at the time. Predominantly men in the workforce. There were a few women. There were like three women out of the 12 working people in that department. And there was this one girl. I'm not gonna mention her name. Let's just call it Vanity Fair. That's her name, right? So there's this one girl who's been working there for a while, and she's been treating me like shit since I've been working there, since I just started, like being mean to me, telling me I'm not doing my task correctly, telling me I'm doing things wrong. I was an auditor for this mortgage company, and so throughout the weeks, one of my coworkers came up to me and said, "Hey, you know why she's acting like that, right?" I'm like, "No, I don't know why she's mean to me. I mean, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I am new at this. You guys just gotta give me some time to figure out the algorithm of the work area and how to do my job correctly." And they're like, no, that's not it. And then like all three more other coworkers guys came up and like we all know why she's being mean to you. You know how it is. And I was like, okay, then tell me, what is it? Why is she being mean to me? Dude, it's because she likes you, bro. And the thing is, you don't give her attention. And see, in my mentality, I'm thinking like, but I'm not here for that bullshit. I'm here to work. I'm not here to hook up with anybody, because I know for a fact if I try to hook up with somebody or have feelings for anybody, and for some reason upper management or corporate knows about it, then HR gets involved and then brings us into the office, and then we have to go through like some sort of a couples meeting, just to make sure that it's protecting me, both me and her. That way, there's no rape accusation in the long run. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, not only that, but then it's like, you run the risk of like,
rape accusation.
Well, I was gonna say like nowadays, yeah, but I was saying like you can run the risk of like, any drama that you have in your personal life can now flip into the workplace.
Yeah, exactly. So therefore I decided like not to go that route, and now we're getting these like women talk about like, oh, guys are not paying attention to me, or guys are doing this, or guys need to chase us 90% of the time. They have to make the move and ask us for a number. How can we do that? How can we come up to you and ask you for a number if you keep dogging us, looking at us like we're about to rape you and shit, or sexually attack you?
Yeah, like you don't even give us a chance.
Exactly, you don't even give us a chance. So that's this is the issue I'm having about this movement, this Me Too movement, where women empowerment. I get it; it's cool. We all have sisters, aunties, moms, and wives, right? We have that. We have women in our lives. But with this empowerment, it's this Me Too movement is taking this like girl power, into a different direction, to where it's like you said in the beginning, it's messing up the connection between men approaching women and dating and really trying to
I think if anything though, what it does though is it helps these companies that have dating sites, because I think eventually it's going to come down to is that more and more people are just going to use dating sites, at least online. Like if I go on Plenty of Fish and to talk to a girl already knows what my intentions are. Rather than if I come up to her at a bar, then also it can be like sexual harassment. At least if I talk to her online, I can avoid the sexual harassment. But then the issue that you run into though is that if you take her on a date and the date doesn't go as she plans, then all of a sudden that's sexual harassment too. And so I think that's why a lot of men are just like, you know what, fuck it. I'd rather just be single and just jack off for the rest of my life.
See, and the funny thing about that story with Aziz, we're talking about the Indian comedian, right?
Yeah.
The thing about that story is that she ended up going with him to his apartment. So what does that necessarily mean? I mean, she didn't say anything. She didn't say, "Oh, stop, Aziz. I'm uncomfortable with this." There were no. It was a non-verbal communication. So she. I mean, what does she expect, that he can read her mind? I mean, are we all mind readers? Do we know
I mean,
women think?
yeah, but it goes back to the Harvey Weinstein thing. Like, I'm not saying what Harvey Weinstein did was right.
I got words on that, bro.
All those actresses, all those actresses fucked them to get boogie roles.
Yeah, it's funny, and it even goes back to Bill Cosby. It's like, I get it. You know what? It's wrong. Like, rape is bad. Rape is wrong. For all those rapist criminals, for the most part, they deserve that shit. But in this case, okay, those rapists probably raped maybe a few women. How many women did Bill Cosby rape? Statistically, based on their findings.
Well, he did admit to giving the girls, drugs and fucking them.
How did the girls know that he raped them?
Well, that's a whole nother discussion. I don't know.
My
only problem with Bill Cosby is, like, why did they wait 40 years later?
I was gonna get at that. Like, why take so long and band all together and talk about the criminal act when you could have talked about this 20, 30 years ago? Same thing with the Weinstein. Like, all of a sudden, everyone's banding together, all these women with the rape accusation.
Well, no, all these has-beens.
Right, all the has-beens are coming all together.
And people like, Lupita. Then all of a sudden, like, people like Lupita Longo and Jennifer Lawrence, then they jump in.
Right. And look at all the roles they're getting. So many roles. So many roles. Oscar-winning roles.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. I'm gonna fuck Weinstein even more. I gotta get more Oscars. and
then when he gets in trouble, it's like, oh yeah, he sexualized me too.
No, so with Lupita, and I love Lupita. I love her in the Black Panther. I love her in like the films. She's a great actress.
I hated her. I hated her in Black Panther.
I like her character. I mean, she was good. I like the fact that she was in the MCU.
She's like the most useless character in the MCU. Like, her only purpose of being there is because somebody decided Black Panther needed a love interest.
Well, because Weinstein. Weinstein decided.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Because Weinstein, like, hey, put Lupita in there.
Hey, yeah.
Just trust me.
Dude, like, bro, you didn't see what she did in the back. Just put her in there.
Just put her in there.
She gave me a happy ending.
Like, bro, this is straight up. Like, this is not once, but twice. Okay, so she can't complain about it anymore. Right? She can't be part of that I hate Weinstein movement, because she not did it once, but twice. Okay. But that's what I was gonna get at with Lupita, where okay, you got raped once, but why are you gonna come back and get a second rape? Like, I don't get that.
Because the first time I got raped, I got nominated for an Oscar. I figured if I let him rape me again, this time I'll win
it. Now I gotta get raped 3 more times to get to be part of the Black Panther sequel. I gotta keep my role.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I don't know, man.
Well, okay, so like, this guy, another article I found, he's saying that because of the whole Me Too thing, what he now does is that instead of, when he goes to a bar, instead of like, talking to a chick and hoping to get her number, he just walks up to her, gives the girl his number, and then he just goes home and waits for the bitch to text him back. And if she doesn't text, then he just moves on. And so now, like, it's kind of like role reversals. Like, now we're just handing out our numbers, just to see what happens, because we don't want to deal with this shit. Because we don't have to deal
Remember?
with this shit.
Yeah. I think we've kind of seen some of this Me Too acknowledgement, this Me Too community built when we were in college. Like, and of course we've talked about this. I don't want to say their names, but we got one girl who's, I mean, let's give her a name. Like, one of them is J, the other one is C. The girl is C, and the other one's J. Now, C, I guess J needed a ride from school to get to work or to get home, and he didn't have a car. So C, the female, decided, hey, I can give you a ride. So J didn't want to miss that opportunity, because the opportunity of getting a free ride, because it does beat taking the bus to get to his work or home. So he figured, okay, sure, I'll take the ride. So C, the female, says, cool, I'll drive you every day. I'll pick you up, I'll drive you, pick you up to school, drive you to work, drop you at home, and then we can do this like a daily thing. And so you know what I'm getting at with the story. So what happened at the end? After Jay said, I think C said something. I don't know. Like she expressed her feelings, or how did this story end with that? And you know what I'm getting at with this story.
No, what are you getting at?
Do you remember? Do you remember those two people where Jay needed a ride, and then C would give him a ride on a daily basis?
Oh yeah.
And then at the end, she said something to us about Jay, the guy. She was talking about like, oh, he is the biggest jerk. He never paid me for gas. He never did this. I hate him. He's such an asshole. I don't give him rides anymore. And so we're like, Jay is like, we never thought. I thought Jay was cool.
Well, basically, he took advantage of the fact that I won't say liked him. She was in love with him. He took advantage of that and got free rides to school. And then when he finally saved up enough money to buy his own car, he no longer needed her and just stopped talking to her.
So whose fault is that?
Well, it's hers, because she allowed herself to get played for a fool. She allowed herself to get used. But I mean, but again, I don't now in this new Me Too era. Yeah, probably if that happened today, I guess it will claim like sexual harassment, or whatever.
Sexual harassment.
Sexual happened between them, but it was just a situation. And I'm as a dude, I'm guilty of this too. Like sometimes if there's a girl that you're not really attracted to, but she likes you, but you really don't like her, you just take advantage of her to kind of get what you want. Like I remember when I was in high school, this girl had a crush on me, and she braided my hair for free. And I knew she had a crush on me, and I thought she was ugly, but the fact that I didn't have to pay to get my hair done, I just used her for that. And that's what Jay was doing. He was just using C as a way to, he didn't have a ride to school, and shit, if this girl that is in love with you is gonna give you free rides, you don't have to pay for gas, don't do nothing, and she's going out of her way to pick you up, then like why not do it? And it was just unfortunate when he finally got enough money to buy a car, he stopped talking to her. Like he could at least kept talking to her. He just cut her off.
Dog made a cameo.
Yeah, she agrees.
She agrees. Like that's a loyal bitch right there.
Yeah.
Not a goofy bitch. I mean, I get what you're saying. But nowadays, if that happened today, because there was no Me Too movement 10, 11 years, 12 years ago, or there's somewhat of a movement, but it wasn't called a hashtag Me Too. But if that was to happen today, she could easily say something and say, yeah, he tried to touch me, and I was just trying to take him to work in school, and he took it the wrong way. Because you know why? She was butthurt. She got hurt because she found out that he didn't feel the same way about her how she felt about him. And it's the same. It's kind of like the same thing that happened with Aziz's situation, where he decided, like, look, I don't need a girlfriend.
In fairness to Jay, though, it's not like, no, we're not sure, like, did he lead her on? Because we only got one side of the story.
Well, we did talk to Jay, though, right? We talked to Jay. We said, hey,
yeah,
what happened? Why is she so mad at you?
Dude, she was so mad she decided to join the other team.
Yeah. They were starting the I Hate Men club.
Yeah. Hashtag I hate men.
Hashtag I hate men.
Hashtag I want to join the alphabet group.
So where do you think this how far do you think this Me Too movement is going?
Well, see,
how much worse is it becoming? Because here's another thing, bro. There was this movement with women about catcalling, right? How they feel sexually harassed when they're walking down the street, passing by. Let's say, here's a scenario: they walk past
damn girl, you got like damn sugar tits.
Construction workers, predominantly men, who are physically built, for the most part, physically built.
Yeah, and they'd be like, God damn, look at them titties. Woo!
So, passes by, she has like a skirt on, high heels, nice long hair, passes by construction. Now, that's called catcalling. And now, because of this catcalling, this community group of women are now creating this movement talking about rape culture and how rape culture is becoming an epidemic. And I'm like, what? So what they did is decide to. There was this one girl who was part of this movement. She decided to wear a bikini, right? Or like pasties, not even a bikini. But you know those pasties that you kind of like...
Yeah, the cover of the nipple.
Just a portion, just the top part of your... But exposing the whole entire part.
No, it covers you expose the whole entire tit. You just covers the nipple.
Just cover the nipple, right? And she has like...
I guess like some big areolas.
Yeah. And she got like body paint to cover the bottom part. So she's fully exposed. Her whole body is fully exposed except for just the private parts. And she's walking around with this sign called, rape culture is real, and we need to stop rape culture. Like, what type of message is that where you're trying to eliminate this so-called rape culture, yet you're walking around fully naked, but naked? Like, and then
it's like you don't want
not to look at her and whistle at her because of her exposition, like because of her being exposed. Come on, that's stupid. Like, what do you expect us to do? If I see a naked dude walking around, I'm gonna look at his ass because I think that shit's funny. Doesn't mean I'm gay. Doesn't mean I'm catcalling, because it's out of the norm.
Well, no, but catcalling would be like if you see her and you be like, "Damn girl, you got some nice titties," or like, "Damn girl, you so fine. I just want to stick my dick in your ear so you can hear me coming.
Okay, if you don't want guys to approach you in that way, then go dress a certain way. If you're gonna be wearing a bikini and guys are looking at you, don't.
This is why I say all bitches are goofy, because you see the same shit in not social media, on these online dating apps. So I told you recently that I started on POF, right?
Yeah.
And so like you look at these profiles on POF and like
so mention you're taking it seriously.
Somewhat. Anyway, so you go on these profiles.
Guys were like, I'm taking it very seriously, bro. I'm like, damn, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to find love, bro.
Go find your Ariel. And plenty of fish. No, not my Ariel.
Not my Ariel.
Maybe somebody else's Ariel.
I want my Ariel to be white with red hair. God damn.
Red hair. So what happened?
Shit, I want to fuck Ursula's lunchroom's ass.
Isn't Queen Latifah going to be Ursula?
I thought Ursula was going to be a tranny. I mean, a transgender.
I don't know. But go ahead. Let me finish the story, dude.
Oh yeah, so what I was saying was that you see that on online dating where you go on these profiles and a bitch will say like I want a man to like, you know, love me for who I am, and like I want a man who doesn't look at me like a sexual object. But then it's like, okay, you want a man that doesn't look at you like a sexual object. Well, all the fucking pictures are you in a fucking lingerie and a bikini and shit. Like if I see a bitch in lingerie, I'm not thinking like, oh man, that's my future girlfriend right there. I'm thinking, dude, I just want to fuck. So it's like you're confusing the issue because like you don't want us to look at you as a sexual object, but you got your titties hanging out, so I have no truth to look at you as a sexual object.
You're right, but naked. So what kind of message are you trying to tell us here? Like, make up your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Stop being like you're confusing me. You know, and we're men, okay? So we're designed to fuck anything we see. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, basically, like if you look at the animals. If you look at the animals, though, look at all animals.
It's animalistic. It's just nature, bro. It's just.
I'm saying, like if you look at all animals, the male of any animal does what? They fuck as many women as possible for reproduction. The women, on the other hand, they just, you know, lay there and have babies. So it's in our nature, so it's in our nature to fuck as many bitches as possible. Like I'll fuck the ugly bitches and say I fuck the ugly bitch, for no reason at all.
Yeah, but you know what they call that?
What?
Even though if it's scientifically and biologically fact, it's going to be considered rape culture now. Because of the stupid movement.
Yeah, but see, I look at it as helping these women out. Like I fucked a deaf bitch, just like I could say I fucked a deaf bitch. I just want to know what it felt like.
It's hard talking about no discrimination.
Yeah, I have non-discriminatory dick.
But of course, you would have an intimate relationship with her because she's also allowing it, right?
Well, I wish I would have kept in contact with her because. That would have been the best girlfriend ever. She didn't talk to me.
Well, you guys could be. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, she didn't fucking talk. You know, we fucked, and then afterwards we just ate and went to sleep. You know, there's no talking. I don't have to worry about her bitching and complaining about nothing. Her nagging me. I just come home and she just shuts the fuck up because she can't talk. And that's a perfect life for me.
So what's...
Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna find me a deaf mute bitch and wipe her up.
Oh, good for you, man. At least there's very little to say.
And tell her like, look, I'm the only one that's gonna love you, so you ain't going nowhere. Cause ain't nobody gonna love you but me.
That's literally gonna be a non-verbal relationship. No means no. How do I know? You never said anything. I'm mute, stupid.
with her, well, with this chick, when I was in New York, the deaf chick, she was writing down notes on a piece of paper. That's always why I knew what was going on. Cause we were at this. It was actually kind of weird. We're at a bar or at a club, and I always wondered, like, if she's deaf, what is she doing at a club? Cause she can't hear the music. And she was like writing down shit on a napkin, and I thought she was just writing down shit on a napkin because we're at a club and it's loud, and she figured I couldn't hear her talk. Mm-hmm. So we were just writing each other back and forth, and then she was like, she asked me if I wanted to come back to her apartment. And I was like, sure. And then she's like, well, before we go any further, I just want to let you know I'm deaf. Is that going to be a problem? And I thought about it for a few seconds. And I was like, no, it's not going to be a problem at all. No, she was cute, nice Puerto Rican chick, nice thick little mommy. And yeah, so I went back to her apartment and fucked the deaf chick. It was the most hilarious sexual experience I've ever had.
Wait, the most hilarious sexual experience you've ever had?
The most hilarious sexual experience I ever had.
So why was it hilarious?
The way she was moaning.
How was she moaning? Oh my god. You gotta stop with that story, bro. You gotta stop with that. Well, they've probably never heard themselves before. So they probably don't know what kind of sounds to use.
Dude, have you ever listened to deaf
during orgasm?
Have you ever listened to deaf people do karaoke?
No. No.
It's the funniest shit ever.
Bro, you're gonna get us in trouble. I mean, I can only imagine.
I'll be off beat because I can't hear.
Yeah, but there's lyrics though. You just go by.
Yeah, but they're off beat because they can't hear the fucking music, so they just sing it off beat and shit.
Well, I don't know how I don't know how a deaf person sings karaoke, but I surely do know how my uncles sing karaoke when they're drunk. So it's probably almost the same thing.
Nah, dude, it's more funnier. It's funnier than a drunk person. It sounds like a sober deaf person singing karaoke.
Oh, I've heard bad singers in the karaoke.
Deaf people doing karaoke just tickles me.
It tickles you. Oh my gosh. I got lost. I got lost in thought here. That's just what I wanted to talk about.
Hashtag me too.
There you go.
Just because I can't hear doesn't mean I can't sing.
Oh shit. So what else is going on with this Me Too movement? I mean,
well, okay, let's bring it around to the bitches that started this shit.
Yeah.
All right, so now Me Too is having like unintended consequences because of Me Too. Like, men have admitted that they refuse to talk to women in the workplace. They don't want to be left alone with women in the workplace. They try to avoid women as much as possible. It's even got to a certain point where less women are getting hired for jobs. And as far as dating goes, women are complaining that they're having a hard time, getting a man because, men are not really looking to date. Like I said, more and more men are just deciding it's just a lot easier to be single. Well,
just to piggyback on that last on that last list that you just mentioned about men not willing to date and deciding to becoming single. See, that, what do you call this? That's accurate. That's extremely accurate because I mean nowadays, like how do you go up to a woman and compliment her on anything like her eyes or her hair without feeling, you know what I mean? Feeling like it's an aggressive approach based on based on your first impression. Like, how do we know? How do we know now? And because of this Me Too movement, it's really giving the men like insecurities. Not really insecurities about themselves, but we really have to limit what we say now. We can't be as smooth. We can't be as confident as what to say and compliment a woman without having to face like consequences on what we say now. There's limitations as to what we say. We have to filter ourselves. Just like in work areas. When there's like one female working a reception area and it's predominantly like men in the workforce. Like we have to now. We can't even joke around. Like us guys can't even joke around about stupid things without offending that one female.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad there was no Me Too when we were in college. When I said that joke about I guess we'll call her Tiffany. When we're doing the 3D models.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Tiffany is a close name. It rhymes with her originally. Tiffany rhymes with her.
And then they were saying
like letters out of that name.
Yeah, our professor was saying that without your legs you can't have an ass. Like you need your legs to make an ass. And I said, so what's Tiffany's excuse?
No. He didn't say without the legs you need an ass. He said an anatomy term, a scientific anatomy term, like without the gluttons or something like that, or without the buttocks. You need the buttocks, or you need the waist, or
You said you need legs. You need legs together, like create your ass.
Legs together, right? Because we're doing 3D modeling, and our 3D model was for some odd reason a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did you say? What's Tiffany's excuse?
Yeah, what's Tiffany's excuse? Because she had no ass.
And she was wearing the
she got that she had like a paper plate back there.
Yeah, if that was ever mentioned, if that was mentioned today, and we were in college and you said something like that today, she would take that shit to like ABC News or Channel 7 News and call it a sexual a sexual attack or sexual harassment attack.
Based on that. Probably. Anthony said I had no ass, and I felt like less of a human being. It was so traumatic.
Would you have felt wrong for saying that? Or is it because you just didn't like her?
No, I don't feel wrong for saying it.
What?
I just thought it was like a perfect joke at the perfect time because she had no ass. And she has 2 legs. She still has no ass. So that's why I thought it just fit perfectly. I couldn't use it on I guess we'll call her fuck it, I'll just say Bridget. I couldn't use it on Bridget. I couldn't use it on Michaela.
Your name is Bridget.
No, but she pronounces it different.
Oh, it's the same shit. Bridget. Same shit.
It's spelled the same, but she pronounces it different. Hers is quote unquote French or whatever.
I'm Creole. No, motherfucker, you're just regular black. Stop pretending like you're something else.
The only good thing about her was the laugh.
That was good.
You a fool. You a fool.
You a fool. But back on that note about how guys are mourning towards like independent.
Well, I mean, for the women though. Well, for women though, like I have no sympathy for them because like they brought it onto themselves. Like you can't just like accuse people of sexual harassment and sexual assault after every little thing. Like if I look at your ass, like you can't, and all of a sudden you want to get me for sexual harassment. You can't blame a guy for not wanting to talk to you or not wanting to be bothered. And then also, like I said, and I think for the dating sense, that makes it hard because it's like, how do I know if I'm attracted to you if I can't check you out? Because I mean, a chick, she might have like a beautiful face, but if the body's fucked up, then like I don't want it. Or like if she got like crooked toes or something. So you trying to, check her out, make sure like everything looks good to you. Make sure like she has, all 10 toes. Or she got like, 10 fingers, not 11.
Excuse me, sir. My eyes are up here. Bitch, I was looking at your toes, okay? I was just making sure you're getting your proper pedicure.
I was making sure your toes are straight.
If I fuck up toes, I ain't gonna fuck with you. I was like, oh, I thought you were looking at my tits. See? Bitch, that was another assumption. What makes you think everyone's looking at your tits?
Well, first of all, bitch, if you actually had tits, then I'll look at them. But you can't just walk around with A-cup titties. You got the chest of a 12-year-old boy and still be look at them.
Yeah.
I was looking at your ass. I want to make sure, there was no cottage cheese back there. If there was cottage cheese back there, might not want to hit it.
This is an epidemic. This is an issue.
Like I said, though, it is to a point now where, and you can understand why. You can understand why, 75% of millennials who are married, they say they found their significant other on dating sites, and you can see why, because if you're trying to find a girl, going on the dating site is the best bet, because then she knows what your intentions are, and you know what her intentions are, and that is you are looking to date somebody, and you don't have to worry about, okay, if I say this, she'll I can go to jail. Or, if I'm looking at her titties, then online I can look at her titties all day, and she can't do nothing about it because she doesn't know that I'm looking at her titties. But in public, I look at her titties and all of a sudden sexual harassment.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes too much sense. Especially when, especially with dating sites, there's a profile, and there's also a, I don't know if it's a question, but a little category that says interests, right? So you get to post in your interests, like if you want man, female, or if you want a F-buddy, friends with benefits, or if you want a relationship, or if you just want friends. So you get to pick through, throughout the lists on that category.
Well, because asks you, are you looking for a relationship? I want to date, but nothing too serious.
Right.
The ones
I just want to.
The women that scare me away is the ones that says, I'm looking to get married. That always scares me away because.
Yeah, but it's not for everybody. But I mean, my point is, like, at least it's stated on their profile, so there's no like guessing. There's no trying to find out. Everything's already listed. Everyone's stated.
So if she's trying to get married, I could just be like, okay, well, I'm not looking to get married right now, so I'll just move on from her. Swipe left.
It's like going grocery shopping. It's
No, it's actually kind of like looking for a job.
Or looking for a job. Yeah, that's a good way of doing. That's a good way of interpreting it. Looking for a job. You know, you look for the requirements, look for the skills. As an employer, you look for the skills, requirements, and experience. And if they fit, if they fit all the criteria of what you're looking for, then go for it. You hire that person. You're the employer. You're hiring this girl. I mean, in this case, you're the employer.
No, she's the employer.
She's the employer. She's looking. She's. She has. She's.
And
she's.
If you like me, you know, you just getting every girl just blocking me.
Yeah.
Because yeah, sometimes I go on there when I'm high and I say things I shouldn't say.
You should go in there. It's like going to a job interview, bro. You should not go in there high.
One time, this girl, she blocked me because I wrote her I said, "You look like your breath stinks." And she blocked
your breath or your breast?
No, your breath.
Why would you say that?
She did. She looked like somebody had bad breath.
Why does someone look like their breath smells? Is there hair or there's something? Hey, there's something about your lip. Your lip looks kind of dry. Your lip looks like you haven't been drinking water for a month, so therefore it stinks.
No, some people, you just look at them, you're like, man, I bet that person got bad breath.
What the fuck? What, you got smell-o-vision on your screen or what? You scratch and sniff?
I was just looking at her profile.
Real quick. Yeah. She looks just like she looks like she got funky breath. Yeah, I got it. I'm a comment on your ass right now. Hey, I hope you bring scope in our first date.
Yeah, so she blocked me, and then another chick blocked me. I was like, you know what? I find you somewhat attractive, and she blocked me.
I find you somewhat attractive. So she goes,
somewhat attractive. Between to the scale of 1 to 10, you're a 5. Somewhat.
Bro, if she can block you for saying she's somewhat attractive, I wonder what she would do if you told her she was fully attractive.
She'll harass me.
She's gonna call the cops on you, bro.
Should be like, bitch, you're ugly.
That's that bullshit I'm talking about. We're so sustained. We're so sustained from complimenting someone without getting in trouble or without getting bashed for it. Without looking like a creep. You know what I mean? We can't even call a person beautiful anymore without second guessing it or without.
That's why I said I'm somewhat. Let's say you're somewhat attractive. No, somewhat.
Look what that shit got you.
She blocked me.
Hey, bro, if you say she's fully attractive, she's gonna call 911. If you tell her she's fine, you got 5 to 10 in prison.
I know I should have been like, well, that's why the other girl. She wasn't really like that check, but I just said look, man, you look like your breast stain, and that got me blocked. So I don't know what to say.
How do you get blocked for that? How do you get blocked for stuff?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out, but they blocked me.
I would laugh, dude. If I was a chick, I'd be like, motherfucker, how do you know my breath stank? It's like, have we kissed before? Have we dated before? Did we talk?
I was like, hey, I always been like, well, look, we can go out on a date and you can prove me wrong.
Hey, that's a good line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she never gave me that opportunity. She just blocked me.
Because it's probably true.
She's like, oh, fuck. This motherfucker's right.
I'm going to have to block his ass.
I'm going to block his ass. How dare you tell the truth?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, but the worst I did it just to crack myself up.
I gotta lower my standards now because my breath stinks.
Now, this is one girl. This is one girl. This is one girl. She posted a picture of herself as a black chick, but she had an afro. And so I told her, man, your hair look like you just got off a slave. You just walked off a slave ship.
What did she say? What did she say?
She blocked. She blocked.
Why would you say this shit, bro? What's wrong with you? Oh my gosh, you're too much. You're too much. You were fucking bored. Were you bored or did you eat a full brownie? What happened, man?
I just be doing social experience. I just want to see what happens.
And you know, that's what I want to do. Like, and that's probably what I want to do in POF. I'm just gonna fuck around and just, you know what? Let me see how far I can go with these jokes.
Because the weird thing about these dating apps, is like I really don't know what to say because like I'm talking to a chick online. Like if it's in person, you know, it's different. Be like, okay, you introduce yourself and you try to get to know a person online. I really don't know what to say, so I just sometimes I just, you know, come up with some shit, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But then like when like the chicks that be blocking me, I just be saying that shit for, you know, shits and giggles.
They can't take a joke, bro. Just like you, man. They're taking this shit seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny though, because like she had an afro, it was nappy, so I was like, man, you look like you just stepped off you look like you just walked off a slave ship. And then I thought she would have been able to take a joke. I guess not.
Was she cute?
People just don't have a sense of humor these days.
Duh. Why do you think?
Well, yeah, she was cute, but she looked like Kunta Kinte's mama.
Dude, that's another one. Like sense of humor. Like we can't even joke around anymore without offending somebody.
Oh, bro.
Offending a 0.5%, you know, group without offending this group, you know, and they take our jokes to the extreme, and you know, turn it into something else, turn it into a negative. Like people are getting so offended.
Okay, so I found this. Sorry to cut you off. So I found this list of why dating has been so complicated since metoo came up last year. And so number one is that social rules are changing at lightning speed. For example, it's only been a few years that it was in vogue to sleep with anyone who will slight right on you, but now social rules around dating and hooking up have drastically changed pretty much overnight. Ever since the whole sexual harassment allegations in Hollywood hit the news, hooking up is actually a big deal now. So the thing to do is that, you know, still things are just changing so fast, it's hard to know whether what you're doing is acceptable or not. So me telling a bitch that she looked like her breath stank, obviously it's not acceptable because I got blocked. But it's basically like you don't know what to say to the chick because you don't know what you're saying is acceptable or not. So like they're just talking about just like fucking the girl. If you're just fucking a girl you meet online. So like, you know, it goes back to the whole like, you know, you're spooning naked but you can't grab her titty type of thing.
Look at Kevin Hart. I mean, this is probably going a little bit off from the Me Too movement, but look at the story with Kevin Hart. He gets bashed on because of one simple gay joke. So nowadays, comedians are not filtered. Like I thought being a comedian was talking about jokes and nothing is serious. So now we can't talk about jokes anymore. And if we say anything about gays as a joke, that becomes like an offense and like discrimination against the gay community because people are taking it seriously.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it goes back to like the feminists in this feminist group and the metoo movement. Like we back to guys. Like guys are pulling back. We're just pulling back. We're not saying what we usually say anymore because we're afraid that we're gonna offend the opposite sex. We're gonna offend another gender because they don't get our jokes, or the things are just unacceptable now. So now we're filtering. Not only are we filtering ourselves, but even besides filtering ourselves, we're not going to even go with it. We're not going to even go with the process. We're not going to go with the whole dating scene. We're not going to go through it because we're afraid of this kind of bullshit to where we're going to get blamed for every little touch, little thing we say. It's I don't know. It's a problem, man. This movement is a huge problem, and it's not really helping anybody out, both genders, which female and male gender.
Well, and the number 2 thing is you have no idea just how you can offend your date. So another problem that men are having is that bitches are easily triggered these days. And all it takes is for you to say one thing. Well, all it takes is to say one thing and it can just trigger a bitch and it's over from there.
Yeah.
So you don't know what to say. Like, if a girl asks you like, "Hey, does it just make me look fat?" and you say yes, then it's over for you.
But if you lie, you become an untrustworthy person.
Yeah.
So you lose both ways, right? There's no winning.
And then number 3 is that one little mistake ruin your chances with your date. And so what that means is that, like, if what you say is truly distasteful, then well, of course, this article, you deserve to be alone, but I think this is a bitch that wrote this, so fuck her. But yeah, her name is Jennifer Lee. So yeah, according to Jennifer, like, if you say something distasteful, then you deserve to be alone. She says, "I'm telling you, I've accidentally said things that are no longer appropriate, but were fine to say even 6 months ago. It's just getting hard to keep up with what is and isn't PC. Also, make sure you don't hurt anybody's feelings." Number 4, you don't have to see eye to eye on politics. No, it says if you don't see eye to eye on politics, it's definitely over. So if your girl you're dating is a Democrat but you're a Republican, she'll break up with you. If you don't agree with her on politics, it's over.
Let me ask you this: let's say if a friend of yours who happens to be female comes up to you and told you about a guy that she was dating, and they've been dating for like a week or 2 weeks, and let's say they've been going on now for about a month, right? And she's a friend of yours, and then one day she tells you, I got raped. He raped me 2 weeks, or 2 weeks within the date. What would you say? and she's trying to come to you because you're like her friend, would you believe her, or would you try to find, or would you try to get the other side of the story? That way, you get the full story and try to, put get both stories and put it together and get a solution out of the story or a conclusion out of the story, and try to find like a base.
I'll put it to you like this. Chris Rock had made a joke. This is when the whole Chris Brown Rihanna thing happened.
Yeah.
And he basically said that he can't judge Chris Brown because he doesn't know Rihanna personally, and he uses two daughters as an example. So he said that his oldest daughter, she likes to talk back. She has a mouth on her. She talks a lot of shit. And so if his oldest daughter came up to him and be like, Daddy, my boyfriend raped me, his first reaction is gonna be,
what did you say?
Yeah, what the fuck did you do? Like, what did you say? Because he knows how, not rape me, but like my boyfriend whooped my ass. So his first reaction is like, if she said like, oh, my boyfriend whooped my ass, his first reaction is gonna be like, well, okay, what did you do? What did you say? Because he knows his daughter has a mouth on her that she knows, especially this being in relationships, women know how to push buttons, and especially a mouthy woman could push the right buttons to make a dude want to hit her. While his youngest daughter, she's quiet, doesn't say much, keeps to herself, and so he said that if she came up to him and said, "No, Daddy, my boyfriend hit me," his first reaction is gonna get a gun and kill that motherfucker. And so,
'cause he knows.
Yeah, because he knows. So to answer your question, it'll just basically be like, how well I know this girl, and now determine, because I know, like, there's one female friend that I have where if she were to tell me that, I might not believe her because I know how she is. She could lie, and she's kind of she's a hoe. So,
okay, so you've answered my question basically. So basically, you wouldn't be too biased because she's closer to you and you know this girl more than the guy the guy that she's dating. You would not investigate. I guess you could say try to find both stories and see if you can find a conclusion to what happened. It's kind of like the story. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's kind of like the joke that Bill Burr. You remember Bill Burr, that white comedian?
Yeah, the comedian from
how he talks about like how that we should never hit women. Right? Oh, here we go. Hitting women. Okay, so like we should never hit women. True. It's wrong. I think men, for the most part, if you're not a female who's a UFC fighter or a wrestler or a bodybuilder, but for the most part, men and the masculinity are built differently than women. So for the most part, we're built stronger and more sturdier than women, right? I mean, you agree with me, right? Okay. And of course, we should back down because sometimes we just don't know our own strength, right? We might end up punching a woman the same way we punch a guy because we underestimate our strength or our power. So with that being said, going back to Bill Burr, how he talks about like women should never hit women. At the same time, how far does it go to where women can take advantage of that fact, supposedly, and use it against us and try to push our buttons to the extreme, talking about threats, this, that. I'm gonna mess up your life. I'm gonna mess up your family. I'm gonna take all your money. I'm gonna call the cops on you. I mean, where's where's that line? You know, how far can they cross that line before you can? You know what, bitch? I'm gonna give you a little. I'm gonna give you a little Mayweather tap real quick and run. You're like, where's that line? You know, is there a line they can cross? I'm sure there's a line they can cross, right?
Yeah.
Because they can fucking. Hey, I've been in a relationship where, I mean, I've never hit a woman in my life, you know, and I've been raised by, you know, it's me and my brother. We were raised by one woman, which is my mom. She's been a single mother, and she raised two boys. So we were raised not to physically, you know, get into, you know, a violent altercation with a woman, because it's just wrong. That's like the old fashioned way. I had a girlfriend one time, and she's small, dude. She's like 5 feet tall at the time, and we were living together. We got into a verbal argument to where it got so extreme and so harsh. I said something that pushed her butt, and she started hitting me, but I never laid a hand on her. Now, if you ask me, if I was going to go back to that time when I was with her, if you ask me, but did you want to punch her in the face? Like, yeah, I want to sock her so bad for like scratching my face, hitting me here, because she took advantage of the fact that, you know, men are not supposed to hit women. And nowadays we have this metoo movement and feminists who want equality. And they think, yeah, we want equality, but you guys can't hit us back if we hit you. Or if we touch you, you can't touch us. Like, wait, where's the equality in that? That's it. What is that? So, are you cherry picking here? Or, wait, you get to get the good parts, right? But we can't do that? That's not fair. That's not equality.
They only want equality when it's,
when it benefits them.
Yeah, when it benefits them.
Yeah. And Bill was talking about that story about Rihanna and Chris Brown. So he said, like, look, it sucks what happened to Rihanna. Like, nobody deserves that, you know, a beating like that. But what the fuck did Rihanna say to Chris Brown to fucking beat her down like that? Like, she must have said some fucked up shit. Like she must have said something like, fuck you, Chris Brown. I hate you. You know what? I fucked all your homeboys. Yeah, that's right. I fucked Craig. I fucked Mildew. You know, I fucked all of them, and your best friend, and your brother. Like, fuck you, bitch. How dare you? Like, of course.
You know that ain't right. It's a friend of mine.
Oh, shit. Of course, man. I mean, dude. And if it was true, if this bitch slept with all your homeboys, and your best friend, and your brother, and your cousin, come on. Like, how much patience do you have until, you know what, bitch? Fuck you. Pop. You know what I mean? You gonna do me like that? Pop. I mean, again, it's, you know, violence sucks. You know, domestic violence sucks, but, you know, at the same time, it's like, yeah, but how did it happen? Who started it? What the fuck did she say? What did she do? Was she threatening me? Did she have a knife in her hand?
Well,
look, I mean, if a woman has a knife in her hand, bro, if a woman has a knife in her hand and she's charging at me, I'm going to punch her in the face. I'm going to kick her. If I'm not a puncher, I'm going to kick her down and fucking disarm her ass. And I'll stop when she's down. Yeah. So there's no reason to punch a woman? I'm sure there's a lot of reasons.
Well, I mean, they do say that 70% of domestic violence cases, the women are the instigators.
The instigators, yeah. Me too. There you go, man. I mean, it's I don't know what the solution is to this. Like, what can we do as men, as heterosexual men, to make to make these women understand, and how can we make it easier for them without them stepping in our feet?
You're just better off just
Jacking off.
yeah, stay single and jack off.
I mean, pretty soon, man, they're already perfecting these female androids. They don't talk back. So Japan, they've got these like life-size dolls, for company, for companionship. So, ladies, this is for you, ladies. I mean, straighten up your shit, because I mean, without men, there's no reproduction. We make women. We reproduce. We make people, And you can't just be a woman and be like, well, we don't really need men. We can always go to a sperm bank. Bitch, you still need a dude to, you know what I mean? To reproduce that sperm for you. To reproduce that semen. So you need men in your life to keep this, this civilization growing.
I'll tell that to Bridget.
That's her name? Is it Bridget or Bridget?
Who gives a fuck what her name is? It's spelled Bridget. But she said that men ain't shit. So she got that $500 dildo.
Did you explain who Bridget is in this episode?
Yeah. She's
your girlfriend.
No, she's one of her classmates, and
who had a crush on you.
I couldn't know she had a crush on somebody else, and I couldn't use her as an example for the flat ass joke, so I just used Tiffany.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's dude, and you know what's even getting worse, man? The epidemic of gold diggers. Gold diggers. That's like another category of like power hungry, money sucking parasites. And freaking vultures, like just circling around looking for like rich men to marry and fuck them over and divorce, get impregnated by them. And depending on how much money you make as a man, all your hard-working money, you're giving half of that to her because of alimony, child support, and depending on the expenses of the lifestyle that the child has grown up with, and depending on on how much you make on the annual income base, you're giving her half of what you're making. And that's these gold diggers. These gold diggers are no joke, man. They would fuck you up.
And that's what goes back to the Biggie song. No, don't love no hoe is his principle. Bitches
money I need. Jamie Foxx song.
She's a gold digger.
Friend of need. Yeah, she a gold digger. Oh yeah.
I ain't saying she's a gold digger. She ain't, sorry, she ain't dating no broke diggers. You know what would really solve this issue?
Especially, I mean, with the whole gold digger issue.
Uh,
If there was a zombie apocalypse, now everything's just going to be based on stamina, strength, and endurance and survival. The person you're going to be hooking up with is the person who'll be able to protect you. That should be it. I mean, that should just be the golden line right there.
no, so she's on her own.
She's on her own.
Yeah.
Right. You should feel like she's gonna push you to the zombies. Like, I gotta live.
Nah, just no. At that point, it's every person for themselves. So she's on her own.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool, man. It's like you're losing hope for humanity.
Oh no, I'm just losing hope for women.
Yeah, but you need women, man, to help.
Do I really need women?
Well, you need women to help.
Bro,
to help continue with your lineage.
They got pocket pussies now.
But what about? I mean, don't you want to stamp have a mini-me of you? You still need women to reproduce.
Not really, especially when these judges are forcing dudes to pay, $3 million worth of child support if the shit don't work out.
Yeah. Some bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Like who are some of the
women don't even have
celebrity mentions?
Yeah, women don't even have to work. They just got to get pregnant and then get that child support money.
Who do you got that's suffering through that? What, Mel Gibson? Mel Gibson's one of them.
No,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Blake Griffin.
Who's Griffin again?
Blake Griffin, the basketball player.
Oh yeah.
Recently, Kevin Garnett, him and his wife got divorced, and
Kobe Bryant.
No, they're still together. But Kevin Garnett, him and his wife recently got divorced, and the judges ordered him to pay roughly $3 million a month on child support.
Well, how much?
$3 million a month.
$3 million a month?
Yeah.
What kind of fucking diapers are you buying this baby? Like gold-plated diapers, or what the fuck?
What the fuck does this baby need to eat? Where this bitch needs $3 million a month?
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? See, that's not bullshit. I mean, where's the metoo equality when you need it? I thought we were talking about equality here. What happened to equality?
Oh no! Like I said, it's totally the only one equality when it's beneficial to them.
Oh, come on, feminists!
Okay, that's a lie.
Back us up, feminists. We need equality.
I take that back. He has to pay $190,000 a month.
How much?
$190,000 a month on child support. So let me do.
Nobody even makes a working middle class person.
He's a former.
Doesn't even make $100,000 a year.
Yeah, so he has to pay $190,000 a month. So if you do the math, that's $3 million. That's $3 million a year in child support.
A year, yeah. That's ridiculous. I don't know, man. This system is fucked up, dude.
Well, luckily for him, he used to play basketball.
What about alimony? I mean, not alimony. If you don't sign up a prenup.
No. See, the story gets even crazier. He made her sign a prenup when they first got married. She's trying to. She's taking him to court to get the prenup annulled. I mean, not annulled, but annulled. She's trying to get rid of the prenup.
Damn. Bitch doesn't work or what?
Well, she was married to a basketball player, so I'm pretty sure she never had to work.
Gosh, dude. Some bullshit. Makes you not want to be famous.
And it makes you not want to get married. It makes you not want to have kids.
Yeah. And women wonder, like, why men fear marriage or get scared
What
or talking about marriage and stuff.
women wonder why less and less men want to get married.
Right, right.
Now, okay, so it'd be $190,000 a month just for child support. For spousal support, it's an additional $146,000 a month. And the bitch wants another $300,000 a month, so she can pay. So she wants him to pay her $300,000 a month to cover her legal fees for her lawyer. So it's like, bitch, you hired a lawyer to divorce me, but you want me to pay the lawyer.
So I'm gonna hire the most expensive lawyer for this case, but motherfucker, you gotta pay for it. Bitch, I gotta pay for it.
I'm gonna hire the most expensive lawyer so I can get rid of your ass, but you gotta pay for it.
Exactly. What the fuck?
It's like you take a girl on a date and she's like, you know what? I want pizza. You know, I changed my mind. I don't even want the pizza. I just want you to pay for it. I'm like, bitch, why I gotta buy a pizza for if I don't want it?
Because I want it. Well, then you fucking buy it, bitch. Dude, like, what happened, man? Is this part of their physical makeup? I mean, is this in their gene? Is this like an animalistic thing? Is this like a nature thing, or is this programmed from the media? Is this you know, are these women being programmed from what they've learned in school, from what they've learned from their mom, from their parents, from, you know, their grandmas? I mean, do they watch this on TV? Like, where are they getting all this? Where are they learning how to become a gold digger? And it's okay not to work, just marry someone who's successful and rich, who makes a lot of money and works hard for their money, and you'll be fine. Like, where is the line? Where's the education? You know, where? I'm not understanding this.
No, it's okay. Like, okay, now for the Kevin Garnett thing, this is what like fucks me up. So, okay, he made her sign a prenup. Her argument in court is that she wants to get rid of the prenup because she says that, okay, so Kevin Garnett, the basketball player, he is worth, during his basketball, he retired, but during his career, he made over $343 million playing basketball.
Yeah. So that's his net worth, right?
Yeah. So his ex-wife is arguing that based on the prenup, out of that $343 million, she will only be getting $1 million, and she's saying that he's basically leaving her with nothing. But it's like he's giving you $1 million, and you're saying that's nothing.
It's like nobody even makes $1 million in a year. Like, not people who work in regular jobs, even good jobs, don't make $1 million in 1 year. Bitch, you're making this $1 million in just a few months.
Okay, yes, she's taking them to court because she said that they had a joint bank account, and that joint bank account had $12 million in it, and he took the whole $12 million. When she went to get the money out of the account, there was no money left in it. He took all the money, but he should, because it's his money. He made it. First of all, she should be grateful that he even offered to give her $1 million.
Here's another story. So you watch The Breakfast Club, right?
From time to time.
But you know what The Breakfast Club is, right?
Yeah.
Charlamagne the God and all them, right? DJ Cruz or whatever.
According to Monique, Charlamagne the God is like ruining black youth.
I was going to mention Monique. So Monique was interviewed, and so basically Monique was talking with Netflix, and they were trying to have some sort of a business negotiation for her to have her own a Netflix special, a stand-up Netflix special. And
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. This is what she got mad because
Netflix.
Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock got more money than her, and she claimed sexism.
They were getting like 10 million or something, or probably I don't even know what it is, but it's a lot.
Yeah, let me look at the number.
Yeah. Check it out real quick. But while you're looking at it, so basically Netflix offered Monique, I believe, 350,000 or 400,000. I know for sure it was like a little bit half a mil or a little bit less than half a mil to have her own special. So she was complaining, and she had her manager, who's also her husband, who she calls Daddy. Hey, Daddy, what you think about this, Daddy? So her husband, who's her manager, was helping her, or complaining, or trying to complain, or trying to get people to.
All right. Sorry to cut you off, but I got the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. So Monique was offered $500,000 for her Netflix special.
So it is half a mil. Okay.
Yeah, but she was mad because Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock both got $20 million each for their Netflix special.
Oh, so they did get 20 million. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why she was claiming Netflix is being sexist.
And so I think she tried. I don't know if she did a Twitter thing, but she was trying to get like a petition to a petition to Netflix or whatnot for her to get paid more, or to
Wanda Sykes said that Netflix only offered her $500,000 too, and she was offended by that because again, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle got more. They got $20 million. So
because she had an Oscar. She's basing on a resume, basing it off of the Oscar. But then she got the Oscar like how many years ago again? She got one Oscar
10 years ago.
10 years ago, and she hasn't been doing anything since then.
Yeah, so she was. To me, it's not even about that. Like, and it also goes into like the women's soccer team thing too. But it's like Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. The reason why they get paid so much more money is because
the numbers.
Well, not only that, but they're more famous than her.
Well, not only that, they're funny and they've got the numbers. Meaning,
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you go on Netflix right now and you see Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, and Monique, you're clicking Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock first before you click Monique.
Exactly. So they get the most views. So it's all based on the numbers. Now, because of the offer, she was claiming it was like a race card. But then she couldn't use that race card because, well, obviously Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock are black. So you can't use a race card on this. So, bitch, don't use your race card on this. And then she's like, okay. She used
the gender card.
She used the gender card, and then she used the gender card. She's like, oh, because I'm a woman, they're not paying me that much. I'm like, wait a minute. There was this one comedian woman who I don't think was funny anyway, who was actually offered a lot of money. Schumer. I think it was Schumer.
Yeah, this is that Amy Schumer got offered. She got paid $13 million.
So she got $13 million, and now she was going back to using both the race and the gender card. It was because she's a white bitch. That's why. I was like, no, bitch. Like, I don't think Amy Schumer is funny. I still think Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle are funny.
Well, yeah, but. In 2019, in 2019 though, Amy Schumer was a lot more popular than Monique is.
It was the popularity, the numbers, and the statistics on, like, if you're Netflix, you would think, like, okay, who's gonna bring a lot of people? Who's gonna bring in the money? That's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about the money. It's not a color thing. It's not a gender thing. They're a business, all about business. Like, okay, we're gonna get a comedian here, but we're gonna get a comedian who can bring numbers to the venue, right? That's what we're looking at. Monique has had an Oscar 10 years ago. What has she been doing for those past 10 years? Nothing. So people are forgetting about her. All they can remember is that, Moesha or whatever that show was, and that was like how many years ago?
That was like 20 years ago.
20 years ago. So Okay, so going back to Monique, if I was Monique, I'd be like, I'll take the 500,000. Look, you're making 500,000 in about a week or 2 weeks work. You're doing a 1 hour special and you're making $500,000. Netflix is already covering all the advertising for you and the marketing and all that stuff. All you gotta do is go on talk shows, go on radio shows, market your stuff, and get that 500,000. But of course, she was basing it off of her credentials and her resume. Again, going back to their resume, like, look, you were like a celebrity, but because you haven't been working as much, you've gotten down to like a B celebrity, almost C celebrity. So nobody really remembers you, cares too much about you. But bro, if someone was gonna offer
Well,
you,
I mean, I guess, even though I agree with you, but as a counter argument here, you could make the argument that Dave Chappelle hadn't been working either for 10 years. Yeah, he still got $20 million.
that's true, but I mean, okay, if you're gonna compare Monique and Dave Chappelle, who's funnier to you?
Well, that was my point earlier. If you see Monique, Chris Rock, and Dave Chappelle on Netflix, you're clicking on Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock first. So they're going to get the more views, and I agree they're more funnier. But I'm just saying, like, you're saying she hasn't done anything in 10 years. And I'm saying that as a counter argument, you could say Dave Chappelle hasn't done anything for 10 years either. But
That's true.
Dave Chappelle's name.
But who actually, okay, as far as names go, who created more of an impact?
Well, Dave Chappelle, because you can make the argument the Chappelle Show still, even though it's been like 15 years since they canceled it. Well, not really canceled. He quit the show, but even though it's been like 15 years, a lot of people still call one of the funniest comedies ever.
So if I'm Netflix, I'm gonna measure it. Okay, who's funnier? Who hasn't? What's the? Let me look at the resume. Let me see the background, and who can really bring us the cheese? Who can bring in the money? Of course, you're gonna choose. You're gonna go with the right candidate, and yeah, I would go with Dave Chappelle. I mean, I'm sure Monique is funny in her own case, but I haven't really seen that much stand-up from Monique. Not that many. Maybe because I'm not really interested in stand-up, but she was all right. She's not. I mean, everyone has their own taste in comedians. But see, my whole point is, what she was using was she was expressing it as like a gender thing, like Netflix was our.
You're trying to say that Netflix is sexist.
It's sexist and biased towards men, and that wasn't even the case. So that's another issue right there, where there are women out there who will try to find, if they're unhappy about something, they'll try to find excuses and use that like gender card, stating that it's all based on bias and favoritism, and that men are sexist and manspreading and all that. And for the most part, that's not even the case. It's really not the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but $500,000, bro. I mean, would you take the $500,000 for
whatever? I mean, I would, but obviously we're not that well. I am, but I mean, when sometimes the hardest thing to fall is their pride, and obviously she's a very prideful person, and she felt like she should be making as much or even more than what Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle got.
Well, okay. Well, let me add some more. Let me add a frosting, little frosting on the cake here. So Joe Coy, the Filipino, half Filipino, half white comedian, pitched to Netflix, wanted to do a stand-up special, and Netflix said no to Joe Coy. So you know what Joe Coy did? He used his own money to pay for his slot for his stand-up in Netflix. And guess what? I think he tripled or quadrupled the amount of money that he invested. So because of that, and because of all the views, and because of all the upbringing of all the viewers, watching Joe Coy stand up, Netflix then offered him money for his next special, which just came out this year, 2019. So, I mean, if I was Monique, I would have been grateful to take that $500,000, because there are some comedians out there who are not even getting any offers from Netflix, where they have to kind of like use their own money to get their shit going.
Yeah, but I mean, again, she like you said, because she won an Oscar, she feels like she should be paid a certain way, and that she should she's on the same she's on par with Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I get you.
Well, we can go ahead and end it. Is there anything else that you want to get at?
No, man. No. I just I gotta cool off. I gotta go to the gym, hit up the gym and cool off. And that shit got me all heated. What about you? How do you feel?
Well, I feel the same as I've always felt, and I just don't be taking these women seriously anymore.
Yeah, you gotta be careful nowadays, bro. There's a bunch of vultures out there, sharks, and they all wear bikinis and skirts, and yoga pants. Don't fall for the yoga pants. That shit is fucking. That shit's out of control. Stop it with the yoga pants. I know what y'all are trying to do. You ain't gonna catch me. All
right, for the social media, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, both Inspectah Ant. Oh, sorry. So it'll be Inspectah Ant. That's INSPECTAH _ ANT. It's the same for both Twitter and Instagram. Also, too, for the show, you can find us on Facebook. Just search for Solo Ant. You can also find us on iHeartRadio, Specker, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. We're pretty much everywhere now. Honestly, probably the best way to find us is just Google Solo Ant. It's the first thing that pops up, and you just click on one of those links so you can listen to the show.
Thank you, Google. We love you.
Yes, we do.
Love you, Google.
I don't know what just happened, but sound like Max Headroom there.
What? Say it again?
No, I said I don't know what just happened on your end, but you sounded like Max Headroom.
Who's that?
Remember Max Headroom from the 80s, that white guy with the classic blonde hair?
What movie?
It's a TV show, a kid show.
No, I don't remember it, man. You're linked. Sorry, bro.
You fucking millennial.
Fucking millennial.
So Romeo, want to give out your social media info?
Yeah, man. Well, everything else that social ants.
Yeah, social ant.
Social ant. Everything that Inspectah Ant mentioned. Also, if you want to find me on my IG, it's Aubrey Freely _81. Feel free to follow or not follow. Doesn't really matter to me. But it's up to you. If you want to leave a message, go ahead. You can do that too. And of course, leave comments. We would love to hear your thoughts like us, download us. Anything else you want to mention? If there are any
Tell your friends,
and then they can tell their friends. This the numbers in our last episode has been increasing as far as downloads go, so we do appreciate that.
Well, what's our last episode was like 2 weeks ago, but we appreciate you guys still listening.
Yeah, appreciate you listening. Also, if you want a personal shout out, let us know. Feel free to, of course, like us and follow us and leave a comment, and we can definitely shout you out on the next episode. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us any questions. We'll be happy to answer them. Even answer them in our next episode, if anything.
All right. Quickly, some more Twitter shout outs. I want to thank shout out Jeffrey Meyer for liking our podcast on Twitter, and also to Cregan Dow. He claims he was on Big Bang Theory, so I take his word for it. But shout out to him. And if you truly were on Big Bang Theory, I might need to hit you up because Romeo and I are actually looking for agents, and maybe you can be our contact, our connect. So shout out to you, shout out to Jeff, and we're out. So until next time, for all the men out there, bitches ain't shit, and for all the women out there, you ain't shit either. So that'll be the end of the show.
Okay. You said it all, bro. Have a good night. Yeah. And ladies, don't take everything so seriously.
Yeah, man, just let us finger pop you.
Like if you want to fuck, just stop fucking around, stop playing around, just go with it. That's it. None of that bullshit. Maybe one day you'll get a real man.
Man, look at some titties. Gosh.
Now when I'm fucking off gin, I'm invincible. Don't love no hoe, that's my principle. Cause bitches come, bitches go. That's why I get my nut and I be out the fucking dough. They might be the one to set me up, wanna get their little brother to wet me up. That's why I tote texts and stuff to get them off my case, just in case the little fucker ends up misplaced. I don't give a bitch enough to catch the bus. And when I see the seam and I'm leaving, bitches be scheming, I kid you not. That's why I keep my windows locked and my Glock cocked. One hoe said,
"Big, why you so hard on us? Why you swear all bitches are so scandalous?"
Thug nigga till the end, tell a friend, bitch. Cause when I like it, then you go and fuck my friend, bitch. Hey, that ain't right. I don't sweat these hoes. I keep them in flavors like Timbos and Jabos. Bitches just like to play the merry-go.
Yeah, we know. Drop the scenario.
It was me, D, the MPV, the blunts and brew thing, knocking some Wu-Tang, METH. Oh shit, look at them lips and them hips on that bitch. She hit the dip, so I can drop my macadocious shit like the blunt clip and recognize a pimp. Needless to speak, the G's obsolete. Don't sleep, bang the skins in the week on the creep up the avenue. I seen her on the block, who she rapping to? That's my nigga D. Damn, he got G. Now she fucking him and fucking me. See, you know that ain't right. Now I play a fall like a moon play a star. She still sweat me hard cause I'm a rap star. I be cruising up the block, I be passing her, pimping hard with the female passenger. And the only time I call her to hang is when me and D blunted up, busy scheming on a gangbang. She should've used the intuition, then she wouldn't be classified in that position. Listen, she saying I dissed her cause I'm fucking her sister. A message to the fellas that really get some pissed, but she started that fucking family. She fucked my man D, so why she mad at me? Plus your sister look better than you, give head better than you, pussy get wetter than you, so break the fuck out like a rash. I'm glad I ain't spend no cash to hit your ass, yeah.